Hello and welcome to Mathssteps. Today we are going to learn about how to multiply terms that include numbers and letters and powers as well. Right, let's have a look at the first question. Can you see we have, as I said, terms that have numbers and letters. So the first one has a 5 as a number here. We have a 6. Letters are the same. Remember, the letters should be the same. So A. And power sometimes could be the same, sometimes could be different, sometimes could be negative, both of them negative, sometimes one of them negative or positive. But we have to apply the same rule to be able to find the answer. Right, so if we have numbers and letters included, like this one here, the rule is can you see the multiplication here? And that means you multiply the numbers first. So 5 times 6 is going to be 30. So we can rearrange. So let's rearrange. So let's put numbers first. So we have 5 times 6, all right? And then times a to the power of 3 times a to the power of 7. Now it looks a bit more clear because we know how to multiply numbers and we know the rule of multiplying terms with the same base and powers. Right, so 5 times 6 is going to be 30. And a to the power of 3 times a to the power of 7. What do we have here? We have two letters to the powers, so we add the powers. Remember the rule I explained in the first video. We add the powers, so 3 plus 7 is 10. So this one becomes 30a to the power of 10. Now, you might say, where did the multiplication go? You can write this as 30 times a to the power of 10, but it is exactly the same thing. So it's neater because this actually means 38. So 38 to the power of 10 means 30 times a to the power of 10. So it's neat to write it as 30a to the power of 10, just like that. But adding a multiplication, it is not a mistake. Next question. Again, here we have letters and numbers. The rule is multiply the letters, the numbers first, or rearrange if you want to arrange. If you want to go for rearrangement, if that makes the work easier, go for that. Or you can do it straight away. Numbers, multiply numbers by numbers and letters by letters. Let's go for the rearrangement first. So 12 times 6 times e to the power of 10 times e to the power of 4. 12 times 6, 72. And here we have terms, same base, so e, adding the powers now. So the answer is going to be 72e to the power of 14. So when you have a mixture of numbers and letters, you multiply the numbers and then you multiply the letters by adding the powers. Next one. Now here's a division. We know the rule of division. Now, exactly the same thing. Let's rearrange. So 24 divided by 6 times f to the power of 8 divided by f to the power of 4. Okay, so divide the letters and then divide the numbers, divide the letters. So answer to this one is going to be 4f to the power of 4. Just like that. So you can go straight away. Okay. 4f to the power of 4. Next question. Here we have multiplication. So 9 times 8. Let's do this straight away. Is 72. d to the power of 6 times d to the power of 3. We must add the powers because the base is the same. You see? So the answer is 72 d to the power of 9. Next one is a division. So divide the numbers. 60 divided by 5. It is 12. And then divide the letters. See, same letters. You need to take away the powers. So the answer is going to be 12g. 12 take away 3 is 9. 12g to the power of 9. Just like that. Let's make the g look like a g. Right. Next. 3 to the power of 5 to the power of 8. Remember the power of the power? What happens to the powers? We multiply these two together. The answer is going to be 3 to the power of 40. 40. Here, again, we have terms that include numbers and letters, same letters but different numbers. So 4 times 7, it is going to be 28. X to the power of 7 times x to the power of 6. You must add the powers, so it becomes 28 x to the power of 13. And here, now, this is a little bit more complicated because inside the bracket, we don't have just a letter, but we have a number as well. How can I do this one? In this case, both of them, the letter and the number, are going to be to the power of 4. So 2 to the power of 4 times y to the power of 3. You can leave this in a bracket. Y to the power of 3 to the power of 4. See? And the answer to this one now, 2 to the power of 4 is going to be 2 multiplied itself 4 times. So 2 times 2 is 4, 8, 4, 8, 16. So it is going to be 16 times. Now, y to the power of 3 to the power of 4, you multiply the powers, so it becomes y to the power of 12, just like that. And again, this one is very similar to the question we just did. So here we have 7 to the power of 2 and c to the power of 3. Keep this in a bracket, to the power of 2. The answer is going to be 49 c to the power of 6 because you multiply the powers. Next one. 4 to the power of 3. Can you see? Because 4 is inside the bracket. It's just like this question here. 7 is inside the bracket. 4 is inside the bracket. That's why 4 should be to the power of 3 times j to the power of 8. All of this is to the power of 3. Okay, and the answer to this one is going to be 64. 4 times 4, 16. Times 4, 64. Times, now you multiply the power, so 8 times 3, 24. Times j to the power of 24. And here, exactly the same rule, and it doesn't matter if the power is negative. You can still continue with multiplying the powers. Is going to be minus 3 times 4. Right, so 5 to the power of minus 4 times k to the power of minus 3 to the power of 4. Okay, 5 to the power of 4. 5 times 4 to 125 times 4 is going to be 600 times, now minus 3 times 4 is minus 12 times k to the power of minus 12, just like that. And so this is the lesson of the indices, the laws of indices, when the terms have numbers and letters. So remember, if you multiply those two terms, you multiply the numbers, then multiply the letters with the powers. So to apply the rule of the laws of multiplication. When you divide the numbers and then divide the letters by applying the rule of the division, the laws of division. And when you do the power of the power, remember to do the power of the letter as well as the power of, so the power of the number as well as the power of the letter. Right. Thank you very much for watching Mathssteps. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.